All right. Well, straight from New Orleans. You know what we're going to do. Rest in peace, Soldier Slim. Yeah, say what? B.I. is now rapping. B.I. is now rapping. What's happening? What's happening? Big news today, boys. Brandon Ingram is now a Raptor. So I thought I'd go rest in peace, Soldier Slim. Give it to him raw, because Raptors are about to give the NBA something they need. Give it to him raw. That's what we're going to do. So let's get started. What's up? What's happening? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back, girls. Welcome back, children. Welcome back, angels. Welcome back, villains. This is the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor podcast, and we are your hosts. I'm the L Hoopo. That's Hoopo. That's A-Rod, A-R-O-D, and Max Profit. You better pay me. It was trade deadline day, so we're going to call it the Deadline Morte. And we got a lot to talk about, so here we go. What's up, boys?
What is up?
Yeah.
Deadline over. What's up? What's happening?
The Soldier Slim energy in the beginning.
Man, that's why I did that. He did that. Rest in peace, Soldier Slim. So, boys, let's get right into it, man. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. Okay, first of all, we're going to go through who moved, what moved, this and that, boom, boom. But without going into the details first, why don't we just do this? You know how we do one word for each game? Why don't you give me a grade? Before we go through the details, give me a grade on how you think the Raps did, A to F. A-Rod, what are you giving Masai, the Brass, the Org on today's trade deadline moves?
Okay. How I'm going to grade the organization. I am going to grade the actual trade and the value. Okay? Not how they fit.
Okay.
Just the trade and the value and what they gave up. I'm going to grade it a B+.
B+. I don't know why I thought you were going to give it lower, but I like that. That's a good grade. Explain why.
B+. I think holding on to RJ, who I thought was going to be on the out if they got Brandon Ingram, was a big save. Getting rid of Bruce Brown, who, was up and down. We didn't know if he wanted to be here. We didn't know if people wanted him here. I liked him. I still wanted him to be here, but unfortunately he's gone. Kelly, who I did like, he's got a reasonable contract. Kelly. He's from here. Unfortunately he's gone. The reason I give it a B+ too is I don't like that positionally it takes them out of the sweepstakes for the draft. Because you've given up Indiana's first-round pick, and even though it's protected, it's that's another bargaining chip that you could have used if, let's say the tank was on, or let's say they were a little bit lower in the standings and we got, top 7, top 6 pick. Yeah. We could have gone, here's our pick plus Indiana's first-round pick. Can we bump up to 3? Can we bump up to 4? And maybe if we add a player, can we get up to 2? I don't think they would have got the number 1, but stranger things have happened. Atlanta got it last year, and they were sitting at 10th in the odds or something like that.
Yeah.
So, you never know, right? But it would have been nicer if we held on to that. But I guess, Raptor's going to Raptor, and that's what it is. So.
Raptor's going to Raptor. Okay, B+. I like it. Max P, what do you got? So, A-Rod got the B+. What are you giving the org, the Rap org?
I'm going to give them a B+. Yes.
Man, same thing. Okay, tell me. I like how you both put the plus. You don't want to give them an A. There's something holding back that A. But tell me why. B+.
Well, you can't get the A because holy shit, y'all trash, man. Y'all trash, bro. Y'all embarrassing. You're pulling the life out of us, man.
Good answer.
We are doing y'all a favor right now. Just giving y'all attention and acknowledging y'all. Holy moly!
I want to clip that. I want to clip that and just save that for any time. You're trash, man. My eyes are watering right now. That was amazing. Sorry.
Yeah, because Portland's doing the tankarola, Utah's doing the tankarola, and they're irrelevant and they're out there in the twilight zone. But what is our excuse? Why are we in the twilight zone like this? You know what I'm saying? We are so irrelevant. So I like these trades, trying to get some back in the mix. I guess we can't really tank as hard as those other teams, so they said let's just Raptor, like A-Rod said,
Raptor's gonna
Um,
Raptor.
yeah, Raptor's gonna Raptor. We can't win that tank battle.
Mm.
So let's just try. Let's grab a guy who needs to play.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Ingram.
Mm-hmm.
I like Brandon Ingram.
Me too.
I was always a fan of him, so it's cool to see him on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, they can find a way to build some kind of energy. B plus.
All right. So B plus times 2. You know what? I'm gonna give him an A. I'm gonna give him an A.
Hey.
Just yeah, I know we're trash, man. Well, yeah, we are trash, man. But listen, you gotta say, you know how sometimes like my neighbor when in the summertime when the trash gets really stinky and give it out in Thursday morning. We give our trash out on Thursday mornings, and he'll take out the hose. He'll clean out his trash bin afterwards. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to clean the trash bin, right? So this to me was Masai saying, yes, this is a quick rebuild. This is him. He just doesn't have an in him to just really go through that pain of a real long, hard rebuild. So I think the
fans might burn stuff in there. I don't know if the city can withstand a Utah Portland Trailblazer type of season.
Exactly.
I don't really know if Toronto was built for that. The Blue Jays can do that shit.
They're still doing that shit. Yeah.
But I don't know if the Raptors can do that, bro.
They can't. And so that's my point. So that's why I give him an A, because it was a big move, man. I heard, Atlanta really wanted him. And yeah, he's a talent, man. He's a talent. And listen, I said this today to a couple of guys, that we have the best doctors, and we have the best doctor, Alex McKechnie, in the entire league. And if he could take a rubber band and make DeMar do what he did, or whatever he gave him there when his wrist got all messed up, he's got some tricks up his sleeve ready for Brandon's injuries, whatever he's dealing with, right? So he's going to come here. We're going to take care of him. And you know what? Let's look at this right here. Let's look at this possible starting lineup. We got quickly RJ. Like you said, we got to keep RJ. We got B.I., Scotty, and Pirtle. Okay, that right there on paper, that looks nice. That does look nice. Healthy.
Jeff.
You know what I mean?
Jeff Teague was saying something crazy on the show. And,
what was he saying?
He said, pause now. Let's just brace yourself. He said that the Raptors remind him of what the Boston Celtics are doing. And then he was like, they're not as good, but he's like the wings, like going for the wings and how they're building the team. Like he was saying, he sees the vision, like he sees that.
I see it too. Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of agree with you, but the Raptors have always been a let's go get some wings type of team,
Yeah.
But like we need wings. We need guys who can guard wings. Like this is what the league is. And if
he's a gunner, man. Brandon's a gunner. Like he's a scorer. He's a pure scorer, and it's in his blood. It's in his DNA to score. Right? He can create. He's got a bag. And listen, him and Scotty together, they're big, they're tall. You know
Quickly,
what I mean?
Rudy D, and they called him Rudy D on the show. I don't know if they listening. They called him Rudy D. They threw a pause in there. They started giggling. They were like, "What you call him, Rudy D?" It's like, okay. But
man.
Yo, bro, I like our young guys. We kept RJ. That was cool.
That's the thing. We kept RJ, like A-Rod said. And you know what? And then you look at the bench. We still got Jacoby. We still got the young guns, Mobo, like these guys, right, coming up in the trenches. And then they added that old school that just can't seem to go away. PJ Tucker just seems to be affiliated with these Raptors forever. And A-Rod said before we jumped
Coach.
on, that's what I'm saying.
Give that man a clipboard.
Would you say exactly? What did you say, A-Rod? Who's PJ Tucker to us? He's our would you say Miami? He's our Haslam. Yeah, he's our Haslam.
Yes.
I love it. So what would you guys think of the PJ?
Guy on sneaker shopping, man.
Yeah, when you get a house, it's always nice to have a nice big old pit bull Rottweiler. Put him in the porch. Put him right on the porch.
That's what I'm saying.
Kids can see.
That's what we need, man. We were talking about this episodes past. We need to instill a little bit of toughness. And PJ's one of the last ones left. Him and the young one Isaiah Stewart out in Detroit, and PJ Tucker. I mean, these guys have it. You could just tell. The eyes don't lie, Chico. These guys will knock your teeth to the back of your neck. You know what I mean? And,
it's always good to have a dog to bark at the kids when they pass by the house.
Yeah, hey, take your tennis ball. You're not getting this back.
You're not getting this tennis ball back unless you ask politely.
Well, I already told you not to hit the ball into my yard 3 times, so you're not getting this ball back. All right, so we got Brandon Ingram, PJ Tucker, James Wiseman. All right, A-Rod, I was surprised when we were talking before Max P got in the green room. I mentioned James Wiseman, and you had some stuff to say. Just tell me what you said about James Wiseman, man, and how we scooped him up and your vibe about it.
I like it. This is a former number 2 pick. At the time of the draft, he was going back and forth between number 1 overall and number 2. I think Anthony Edwards went first that year, right? I think that was the year. I'm pretty sure it was Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But this was, James Wiseman in college was a very, very good player, but unfortunately his season got shorted because they had the whole Memphis financial scandal. This is before the NIL stuff, right? But
man, even I remember that, yeah, and I'm not a big college guy. Yeah.
It's unfortunate that, he didn't get enough time to develop. He also went to Golden State, which I don't think was a good fit for him overall. But here we are a few years later. He's been bounced around. He went from GS to Detroit. And then I don't know where he ended up going after Detroit. Did he go straight to Indiana?
No.
Maybe there's a stop.
Yeah, I thought there was a stop. Yeah. Anyways.
Either way, I'm happy he's here now. He's out for the season. He's got an Achilles injury. But this guy's got some talent. And, I strongly encourage anybody to ever, if you ever want to go see somebody legit talk and real talk, go look at James Wiseman's YouTube channel. This guy will talk all about mental health, just day-to-day life. It's just a very low-key channel. There's no flash. There's no, crazy amounts of, over-the-top stuff. It's just very, substantial stuff that he talks about. And he's just a nice guy. So go check him out, man. Other than that, I'm
so he's good vibes. You're saying so he's
good vibes. I just want to see if maybe we can do something with him. Maybe, you said, I think our medical staff is better than most.
We are, absolutely.
So I'd like to see if maybe he can get his career back on track here, because there is talent there. I think that was a really good pick for, what was it, a second rounder or something, or Indy gave us that and cash.
Cash, yeah, yeah.
So hey, go out, give it a go, man. Give it a spin. You never know what you got.
My first initial when I saw, I put Twitter back on my phone and dings, 259.59, and I saw James Wiseman. I actually got excited. I actually added him quickly into my Sports Ethos 20-team league just in case. But then I look, oh shit, after I add him, Achilles injury, done. Because, I look back, there's a reason why I was a number 1 pick. Yeah, a lot of people call him trash. A lot of this, shut your mouth. He made the league. Just stop calling, you know what I mean? There's something there, right? And I've said it before and I'll say it again. This organization can save some people's careers, the right person's career. You have to have the right attitude. And the fact that I didn't know this about him, that you said he's good vibes like this, and it sounds like he's got a really good head on his shoulders. He got a good head on his shoulders, and he comes into this organization. We could allow you to at least be successful and keep your career going, and maybe even bring it above that and see where it goes and let it grow. And I like that. That's good. That I like that you said that. What about you, Max? When you saw the James Wiseman scoop or PJ Tucker, anything else about what was souped up?
I didn't think much of Wiseman. Obviously, there's lots of potential with Wiseman, but it's all about the motor. It's all about the heart. Do you want it? That's what it's all about. We can see this cat can be something, right? He's got the physical skills. He's got the quickness. Flexibility. He's not stiff, He could be super nice, like Anthony Davis type, But
let's hope.
But he reminds me of Andrew Wiggins, where it's always been a question of motor, never a question of talent, always a question of heart. Does he want it? He seems pretty satisfied. He seems like a good guy, a satisfied guy. That kind of guy doesn't make it in professional sports. You got to have that hunger,
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see if he has that motor. Raptors will give him everything he needs to succeed. This is going to be the spot where he gets to show it.
I just hope it's not another Anthony Bennett situation where
no. You got way more potential than Anthony Bennett. That was guaranteed last stop, bro.
Anthony Bennett. The thing that happened with Anthony Bennett was Anthony Bennett got too inflated by the time he came into the league. There were always questions about his work ethic, and then when he got in the league, he just thought, okay, I'm number 1 pick overall. I can coast, off my talent. I'm already here, and he became a bum. which is unfortunate.
It was a perfect storm for Bennett,
like,
you know.
Like I'll give you an example. James Wiseman's YouTube. I just typed it in right now. His last video was 22 hours ago. It's got 800 views, so not really a lot, right? Because most people, I don't think they're, they even know.
We should get him on the show, right?
Man. I would love to talk to him, man. He just seems like a good guy. I'm gonna reach out to him. The last of his videos, let go of the past and embrace who you are now. And it's just him, 10 minutes, just him talking on his balcony. Like, dude,
I love that shit.
I would love to listen to this guy talk more often because it's more refreshing to hear somebody just talk about their experiences on a real level. And especially somebody like that who's gone through some shit. Like, he didn't finish the season as college, right? You don't know what went down, and, like, I don't care either. That's the way it ended up, right? But then, he went to the Warriors. Didn't quite work out for him there, and then people were panning him as a bust, right? Then he goes to Detroit, gets stacked, like, behind Bagley. Doesn't even get to play that much because he was getting into, fits with, I think Casey was the coach at the time, right? And, this is somebody who's bounced around, but who has had that kind of potential. But I think a lot of times NBA's success is not only the talent and the work ethic, but it's also the placement. You need to get lucky where you're placed, too. Like, you need to be in the right rotation, the right roster, and all that, right? So.
And that 800 views tells me that he's not TikToking it. You know what I mean? No, so this is like some real shit.
He's not trying to do, like, little screen captures and edits and all that. It's just him fucking on his balcony talking.
I like that.
I'd rather listen to somebody like that than go through a high production video and like getting in all these
unfortunately
and whatever.
The athletes that get the attention are the KDs that will troll a random cat online, that will back and forth with people, that the internet likes to fight, and then the internet will reward you for fuckery. The algorithm will reward you for fuckery, and just being real, like Wiseman's doing. It's a different kind of hustle.
The knob hasn't been turned too high for when you're like that. You know what I mean? For engagement.
Yeah, when you're like that, you gotta have a different hustle. You can't do it the same way as the trolls.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm pretty happy. Like I said, so a B+, and an A. So why don't we get back to Brandon Ingram, basically the diamond of the day. And the thing is I'll let you guys. I won't say much here, but it's gonna be funny though, because I was reading a lot of New Orleans fans. They loved him, and they're like, if he plays in 2 more games, because he's been out for 27 games with an ankle. Sprained ankle right there. Like, if he comes back in the next couple of games, I'm just like, that means he's been sitting, man. That means this has been one of those NBA games, right? Yeah, that he quit on us, right? So we'll see. I think he is gonna play. I don't think I heard a case that possibly maybe they'll let him rest up to play a little bit, and then see what we get into for the next year. But what do you boys think? Like, going a little deeper in on this. On Brandon Ingram here, do you think he's going to play? Do you think what do you think the vibe is going in, or is this a next year type of vibe?
He's
you think
100% playing. They need to see how all 4 of them look on the court together.
Yeah.
The other thing is you have to understand like how much you're going to be offering him for a contract deal.
Yeah.
I believe they have his bird rights too. Mm-hmm. So you need to understand all these factors and how they look together. Personally, I don't like the fit. I don't know.
Tell me why.
The space is too occupied with the 3 guys in the middle. The only guy shooting threes on catch and shoot is Quickly. RJ has become sort of a catch and shoot guy in this offense because Darko is just plug and play everybody, like everybody doing the same shit over and over again. Mm-hmm. There's no defined roles. Like, none of these guys seem to have any idea about what they're doing and what the plays are, but that's a completely different story. Yeah. I just think their games individually, like RJ is a mid-range driving finisher. Brandon Ingram is exactly the same thing. He barely takes threes. So he's going to have to take threes in this offense, but he barely takes threes. He's more of a mid-range, again, driving finisher. He's a good guy to draw fouls at the line. Scotty is just chucking God knows why. So it's just, I don't know how those 3 are going to operate together in the same space, and I don't like the way the makeup is of the team. Paying 4 guys a lot of money that you don't think their skill sets fit together well is just... It's too much to ask from me. You're probably going to go into the luxury tax either, or have a really, really shitty roster on the back part of it. The other thing, too, is like you spent all this time developing Grady and putting him as a starter. Now he's going to have to go to the bench. So what's that going to be like for his confidence, right? Then you got Shed, who's going to play behind Quickly. He's never going to get to shoot the ball ever in this offense with all these guys, assuming they're all healthy. there's just so many questions I have about why we did this. So like, I gave it a B+ from a, a value perspective of what you gave up to get such an asset. But for the fit itself, right now I'm giving it like a C- because I have no idea what the fuck they're gonna look like.
I saw it was basically the list what they gave up. So it was Pascal. Essentially, it was Pascal for, and then they like Jacoby, Brandon Ingram,
forgot about
a lot, man. Yeah. So
but, what's Jacoby's development gonna look like? Where's Mobo gonna fit in? Because they seem to love Mobo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Time will tell, man. Time will tell.
Time will tell. Mm-hmm. I don't think Sheed's going to fit on the team.
You don't think Shed's going to fit on the team?
No.
But look,
it looks like he's going to get squeezed out.
No. That's why they got rid of Davion today.
I get what Max is saying, but Davion left, so now they're going to force that issue. You know what
That's
I mean?
it. Yeah.
So
yeah, they're going to see what he can do. I don't think it's going to work. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Mogbo might have to go too. Quickly, I don't think Quickly is going to work either. And I think Scotty's going to end up in some trade talks.
Interesting.
How did we head here, man? God damn.
But none of this stuff is certain. None of this stuff is means we're going to make moves. Yeah. But we're definitely going to be in a mode where nobody's safe anymore. I think just a mascot type player like RJ is pretty safe. Hometown kid.
Yeah. He's a mascot.
Yeah, because he is a mascot type of player. Like he wants to 100%. He wants to be the guy. Like, he's the one riling up the crowd and yelling after.
That's funny, man. I went for dinner with a.
He's part cheerleader, part player. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the rah-rah guy. He is the rah-rah guy. You know.
I went for dinner with. Hold on, sorry. I went for dinner just to add to your point. I went for dinner last night to add to your point. That this guy, he's more of a baseball fan, and he asked me about the Raptors, right? And he's like, "What about?" He's a Toronto guy, right? But he's not really basketball. He's like, "Well, what about RJ? Like RJ?"
Hey.
And I just kind of went. RJ's RJ. You know what I mean? Like it's
No, you can't let him down, man. You gotta pump him up, man.
Yeah, no, but RJ's RJ. And I love that you called him a mascot. If I would have had that in my toolbox, he's our mascot, man. This is RJ. Anyways, keep going. I love that. We're trash,
but
man.
I think we're gonna put everyone to the test and sort of put the pressure on boys and see how it plays out. I don't think anybody's safe.
Well, nobody's safe, man.
And I think the Raptors, especially after that Luka trade, are going to
get into it.
Yeah, are going to be in a mode of, hey, let's play it by day.
Well, let's get into it then. That was a perfect segue. There is no this or that today on the Trade Morte deadline day. So why don't we get into it? For those that only are on audio, I just popped up a picture of everyone, pretty much the big names that got traded. And we got Luka in there. We got Andrew Wiggins in there. We got Valanciunas. So there's a lot of names in here. Kyle Kuzma, a lot of names. So why don't you guys just grab on pause, just jump on some pause, just bring up one of these dudes here that you want to talk about, man. It's too much right there. So A-Rod, what do you think about? Why don't we get into this Luka thing first, because we never have actually got to talk about it. A-Rod, what's your take on Luka? I know we talked about it in the group chat, but why don't you lay it out here on the pod?
I'm gonna go in on this one though.
I'm watching Dallas play right now.
Please
I'm going to be very, very direct about this one. From a leverage standpoint, again, this is strictly asset to asset. It's got nothing to do with what's going to happen in the future, whether I like each team, because quite frankly, I think Dallas's lineup is nice right now if they are healthy, right?
Right.
From asset to asset perspective, it is the dumbest fucking trade I've ever seen in the NBA.
Whoosh.
I think the GM is completely either negligent or retarded. There's one of the two. It is just...
He's fucking retarded.
It is so insane to me that you have a 25-year-old top 3 in the NBA player, arguably generational.
Yeah. Not arguably, he is generational.
But I'm saying, even if you don't like the guy, let's say people just hate him for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
you can at least hear out an argument that this guy is generational.
Mm-hmm.
Fans don't hate
you
him.
can make that. You can make that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're trading this guy who is guaranteed to stay with you,
Mm-hmm.
who has led you to the Western Conference Final, who has led you to an NBA Finals, who averages basically 35, 9, and 9 a night. He has been the only player in NBA history before 25 to put up 10,000 points, 3,000 rebounds, 3,000 assists. 5-time first team All NBA, 5-time NBA All Star probably, same amount of times. And you are trading this guy for a good player, potentially a great player, not in like a generational way at all, in Anthony Davis, and 1 first-round pick. One pick. Like, this is the part that I just cannot wrap my head around. And this is why I use the word retarded, because you have Mikal Bridges, who is a role player, going to New York for 5 picks.
Yeah.
You got 34-year-old KD going from Brooklyn to Phoenix, going for, 5 to 7 picks?
Yeah.
And players? You got Rudy Gobert going for 4 picks. You got, I don't even know who else you got. You got Mark Williams. I'm sorry, the trade right after. Mark Williams went to LA for 2 picks, 2 first-round picks. Mark fucking Williams, who can't even stay on the court healthy, went for 2 first-rounders?
Yeah.
And you're here talking to me about, what I just listed above, going for a player and 1 pick? Like, what are we even doing here? And the fact that he says we had to keep it quiet and whatever, Pelinka's laughing to the bank, man, because the only way he's able to get Mark Williams today is because they had such an enormous amount left over from that trade, and he was able to go out and offer that to Charlotte, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way this guy lands Mark Williams without that. And it's just funny because if you open up the Luka sweepstakes to every other team in the NBA, they would have to at least think about offering their best player for him. Like, you could go, hey, Luka for Jokic, swap, and somebody would be like, either they're gonna say no probably, but I'm saying they would at least go, I don't like. They would think about it for a half second. You could go Luka for Freak, swap, yeah, Luka for Shea, I don't know, but But the thing is, the point is that guy's name is such a household name. You basically just gave LA like a marketing. Like, you gave them a cash cow.
What's your take on
15 years, man? Like, international ball is going to explode, and like they're going to come look at LA, the biggest franchise in the NBA, and they're going to love it. And like now you got all this cash. So what's the worst that happens? The guy doesn't make the finals, and like he averages his averages, and like he makes you a ton of bank for the next decade.
Max, I know you can play devil's advocate on this. I know you had a different type of vibe. What's your vibe on the Luka? The Luka swap.
Yeah, I'm getting New York Giants vibes. I'm getting Tom Brady Patriots vibes. I'm getting the only thing with the Patriots, it was more Belichick and Brady that were beefing, and the emotions got into the way of the business and caused a bad deal. And this one, well, the Lakers getting a great deal. That doesn't surprise me. The Lakers always get great deals. When they got Kobe, it was a steal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just, like with the friends, with the former general manager working for the team, and then the former general manager of the team sends Kobe over to the team, and then the guy goes back and works for the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So there's always been that kind of thing where the Lakers get a great deal, If I had to guess, I would say the owner played nice with the Lakers to make the league happy. I feel like this is a decision from the top, and I feel like the general manager is taking the arrows with his stupid ass story that don't make no damn sense. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing don't make no damn sense. The whole thing don't make nothing that comes out of his mouth makes any sense. It's like, shut up, bro. This thing don't make no kind of sense.
It was like he was on Severance. And he just kind of went to work that day. And
the way A-Rod broke it down, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything he talked about doesn't make any kind of sense.
No,
unless they just wanted to do that for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? And so I know they wanted Anthony Davis from a long time ago. I don't know why the trigger was pulled on Luka. it had to be some kind of I don't know, but there's something mysterious going
Something
on with
smells though.
why. Yeah, something definitely stinks, right? And what the GM is saying is definitely bullshit from top to bottom. From top to bottom, it's fugazi.
Yeah,
something stinks there. But I feel like the Lakers get calls like the Kansas City Chiefs do. You know what I'm saying?
You know what this trade reminded me
We've
of?
seen Sacramento. We've seen the Phoenix Suns. We've seen Portland all get screwed in the Lakers era with Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
We've seen that referee get caught, come out of jail, write the book, and talk about what was going on in that era. You know what I mean? Like, and so now here the Lakers get Luka Doncic when everybody's talking about the ratings and all this kind of stuff, and bang,
and then boom,
bang, Luka ends up on the Lakers, right?
That's what I mean, right?
And the new owner wants to play nice with the league. I'm feeling like that's why he ended up there. You know.
It's the same thing. It smells like those drones in New Jersey, and then the administration says, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Those were ours. Those were ours. No, there's something else going on here. It's just like this Luka trade. Yeah, okay, sure, yeah. You're just dying for Anthony Davis, huh? Like, just like that. And the fact that you didn't, like you said, A-Rod, didn't open it up to the rest of the league, you know, it is what it is, man.
On the low, we're calling the Lakers.
Yeah.
Nobody else, we're calling the Lakers.
All right, so I want to jump into. I think this. You guys can jump into the trade you want to talk about, but I want to talk about. I think a steal that happened. I'll say it quickly. Dalton Connect talking about the Lakers.
Hey,
Dalton going to Charlotte, and I think he's going to get a nice little chance.
Come on,
yeah. He's. I saw Hayward 2.0. Gordon Hayward. I think you can do a little bit more than Gordon Hayward, but
I think you can do a little bit more than Gordon Hayward too.
I thought this was a nice landing spot for him. What about you, Max? Anybody else you that kind of?
Oh, my boy from Milwaukee got sent to the desert, bro.
Oh, Chris Middleton.
Middleton. They sent you to Siberia. Oh, that's a place. That's where careers go to die. You know.
He went to the Wizards. Just done Evan Jordan Poole, man.
Yeah, and then another one was Schroeder got sent to Utah. Like, rest in peace to your
that's
career,
what you're having. What did he say? He said something about that trade deadline reminds me of
he was talking
slaves.
about like the trade reminds me of slavery.
So like,
and they were like,
go to Utah.
You want to feel like this is slavery? Oh, man.
I will send you to Utah.
They'll send you to a place you definitely don't want to go. And nobody's going to know your career exists. You're in poof.
They're just waiting for that spaceship to take them up, that Mormon spaceship that just, see you later, Dennis.
See you later. Who knows what happened?
I think the two best like plug and play trades, like immediate impact.
Kuzma?
No. De'Aaron Fox on San
Oh,
Antonio.
yeah.
That's such a wicked trade for that team. It was so great. The other one, which I'm so surprised they got him, it's just fucking nuts, and maybe we actually have to consider them being legit this year. DeAndre Hunter going to Cleveland.
Yeah, that was nice.
Why did Atlanta get rid of him for?
Atlanta's just fire sailing everybody, man. And Trae Young really wants to win, and they are just not letting this man win.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's pretty sad. They're basically just throwing Trae into the graveyard, man.
And Trey's out here playing victim, but it looks like he's really a victim. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now it does, yeah. Like, what are you guys doing, man? I want to win.
He's going to be doing that celly with no shooting, man, because it's cold in Atlanta right now.
I know. They're getting that crazy weather.
See,
Jimmy Butler got over to Golden State.
Yeah. What do you think about that? What you boys think? I mean, it's Jimmy Butler. What?
It's a shit trade.
Yeah.
I think it works for them because he doesn't need any development. Steve Kerr doesn't know how to do any developing, and so it works for them.
They'll put up with this shit probably.
Steve Kerr loves finished products. Miami built you into this playoff monster. So come on over here. Let me benefit off of that. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it might work for them. Steve Kerr knows how to do that.
Yeah. And why they do a guy Marcus Smart so bad too? They sent him to Siberia. They sent him to the Wizards too. There you go. There goes your career, man. Gone.
Sad,
oh, man.
Gone to DC. Jonas back with DeMar in Sacramento. He's a king with Zach LaVine. So that's Sac fans, man. Fuck.
Ooh, Sacramento. Had a decent coach, out of here. Had a star player, out of here.
Let's let's break down how bad Sacramento's management has been over the
last
decade. Okay.
And before you do, Sac fans, we really do seriously feel for you because
we do, man.
Yeah, I do. Sac fans are the real deal, man. They are the real deal.
Like The Rock in wrestling, he's like.
Well, you got to feel for Dallas fans. They're the ones who really got stabbed really in the heart. That is a stab in the heart. That is worse than what we went through in Toronto because it was a bad relationship. And then he
you're absolutely right.
But Luka he just got kicked out the plane in the middle of the night.
But they still loved him,
And you woke up and it was like, oh shit.
Imagine being a kid and you wake up like
that's crazy
or something like that, and your favorite player is just gone.
Off your home team.
Imagine Iverson got just booted out of the Philadelphia 76ers overnight like that.
Somebody would have killed. Somebody would have killed the owner in Philly because he meant that much to that city, man.
Yeah, that's Philly too.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, what were you gonna say, Rod, about Sac and how bad the management is?
I mean, Okay, these guys went out and drafted Marvin Bagley over Luka Doncic first.
Dun dun dun.
All right. So we won't even get into all the details, but we'll just say there's the point A. Point B, these guys go and draft De'Aaron Fox, right? Then, sorry. Let me backtrack that. They had Fox first before Doncic.
And then Tyrese.
And then afterwards they said, we don't want to draft Doncic because we don't think he'll fit in with Fox. So they went and drafted Bagley. All right? Then after they went and drafted Tyrese, who ended up being on the bench, right? Said that he wouldn't work together well with Fox if they played on the same line, right? So they traded his ass to Indiana, right? Then had Davion Mitchell, who they drafted high as well too. Said no, this ain't gonna work with Fox. He's out of here too, right? Now basically you traded the guy that you held on to and didn't want to play all these other guys with, and now he's gone to San Antonio.
Why didn't they just draft Luka and be done with it? Remember the line about Jordan? Oh, we need a center. But Jordan's the best player available. Well, draft Jordan and play him at center then. Come on. He's the best guy. Just go get him. Who cares how he fits?
There has to be team ownership. There has to be GMs like this so that it makes the equilibrium kind of balanced. There's got to be some fucking idiots. You know what I mean? There's got to be some fucking dumbasses
to make it a market.
In a room. Yeah,
to make it a market, there's got to be a buyer and a seller.
Exactly. There's always got to be those shit tents that you buy it and you go out and it's leaking lots of water. The second there's a little bit of rain and then there's, you know what I mean?
Just bad, man.
It is bad.
Ooh, yeah, Luka. Yeah, you're right. Breaking it down the way you did, A-Rod, holy shit, Sacramento, you fucked that up.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Wiggins out in Miami can get his head right and can have some fun out there and start playing basketball in the sun. Well, he was in the sun already.
Hold on. Sorry, let me check one more thing.
Yeah.
It just popped into my head right now. I'm not even going to bring it up. Hold on. Let me just look at this. This is going to be funny, though.
Kyle Kuzma is such a bum. Anyways, yeah.
Kuzma. Yeah. You know why when they traded all those guys off the Lakers and they kept Kuzma for a little while?
Why?
Because allegedly he was banging Jeannie Buss. yeah. Giving that good D for a fee. Giving that good D for a fee. Hey.
Lakers. Man, that LA vibe, huh? Hollywood. In the hills.
I was going to say, they drafted Keegan Murray and took him over Jaden Ivey.
They love Keegan Murray.
Yeah, they loved Keegan Murray.
Not anymore.
Key word there, loved. Because I don't even think he's been playing regularly for a while. Even this season, he had times when he was on the bench.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was last year trade deadline. It was the Keegan Murray to the Raptors, all that chatter. Remember that?
This guy's just, man, terrible.
Yeah.
I think a guy like Keegan, if he went to Miami, I think his career might turn around. If he had somebody to put a battery in his back and just sort of give him a better
They
environment.
got Zach LaVine now. Why, man? DeRozan and LaVine never worked
Yeah,
out
the
in
Zach
Chicago.
LaVine and putting DeMar DeRozan and Zach together in Sacramento when it didn't work in Chicago, that is crazy.
You know how Toronto fans, you know how we used to get on Toronto fans, like that we always, we pump up players and make them into these big stars, and then the stars, they get big heads, like Fred thought, you know, that vibe that he was the real deal, Holyfield,
Morris
you know
Peterson.
what I mean? Morris Peterson, yeah, this and that. So I think Sac fans are even worse. I think Sac fans pump up their players even worse, like double time. Like if Keegan Murray thinks he's a star, this guy goes anywhere else. I don't know, man. I don't know. Averaging.
You know where he would fit?
Where?
Perfectly. I'm talking
Portland?
Perfectly. No.
You said
His
Portland.
brother.
Lakers.
Lakers?
He actually plays
Lakers got the
defense.
veterans.
He plays defense and catch and shoot. Oh Lord!
That
you know what's so
Hollywood.
insane? Like to go back to this Dallas Lakers trade, like when you watch the players talk about it, like the actual NBA players, we're talking like the good NBA players, guys that have played with these guys.
Yeah.
And you watch their response to this trade. Even they're so like just what the fuck
Like
is
it's
going on
fucked.
here?
Yeah.
Like Anthony Edwards, watching him talk about it, he's like, "Listen, man, I don't even know if I'm safe anymore." He's like,
"Oh, you ain't."
He's like,
Nobody's
"You're talking
safe.
about Luka." Like he's like, "Luka is so fucking good. Like Luka
That
beat
was a
me,
shot
and all
across
I
the
want to
bow.
do is beat him." And he's like, "And now you put this guy with LeBron. He's like, he's gonna be a monster. He's like, you wait when they go back to Dallas. He's gonna drop like 50 on him, easy." He's like, wait, and wait. Like, when you hear Anthony Edwards talk about this guy like that, and then after you go to another interview, and they had KG and Paul Pierce talking about it as well, too. Both, like, you know, NBA champs and, like, All-Stars and whatever, Hall of Famers. And then
Yeah,
you
fuck
go
Paul Pierce, though, but
yeah,
keep going. Yeah.
and then after you talk about, you know, even Dorian Finney-Smith, they asked him about it, right? Because he played with Luka in Dallas, right? He's like, shit, man, if I was averaging, like, 35, 9, and 9, you know, he's like, I might as well be 272. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like that made me laugh. My favorite tweet. Though,
He's not
over the
270.
Weekend, yeah, but that's what
At
they
one
made
point,
it out to
at
be.
one point he was, but he did slim
That's what
down.
I'm saying.
He slimmed
No
down.
way.
But it made me
It
laugh.
was just like at one point, like, but
at
like,
one point,
you know,
on
whatever.
Twitter, it was
That's
the
just
funniest
background
thing.
information that make the trade look better. You know, the
Right.
NFL does it a lot, where they'll trade a dude and then they'll dump all the dirty laundry out too, just to make it look like it. Hey, don't blame us.
I think I do remember that 270 Luke. He had the beard, the like chin strap beard. Those days, I remember that shit. He looked 270. Yeah, he was sweating.
This is big money. Like the NBA is trying to pump themselves up. They got to shift the star to their best team. And the owner of the Dallas Mavericks did the league a favor for a favor.
Well,
You owe me.
Yeah, exactly. Some Goodfellas mob shit right there. Yeah, somebody owes somebody something now. Yeah. Speaking of which, okay, so you know what? I went for my run today, and you know I'm very happy with Brandon Ingram coming to be a Raptor, and it was funny too. It's almost like the algorithm of life just throws things at you. So my music's going, and I'm having a good little run, this and that, right? And all of a sudden, Kingpin Skinny Pimp comes on, and the song
Skinny Pimp. Okay.
The song Skinny But Dangerous, man, and that I was like, that's Brandon Ingram right there. He's skinny but dangerous, man. This is the song right here, Memphis legend, man, Kingpin Skinny Pimp. Take a listen to this right here. That's that old school Memphis 3-6 Mafia. Man, Kingpin Skinny Pimp. Big shout out to Skinny Pimp. If you don't know, now you know. The album is called Skinny But Dangerous. Take a look at it. His other album, what is that other album? It's amazing. Anyways, just look him up. He's a legend, man. And Skinny But Dangerous. That's Brandon Ingram, ready to go. Soldier Slim. Boys, before we get out of here, let's go around the NBA real quick. We're Canadian. All of us here, Shea, 50. Yeah. Boof, boof, boof. 3 games in a row, and he's here tomorrow night, so we can throw together next up. What do you boys think, man? Shea dropping 53 games in a row. This is magic right here.
I think it's something he could have done a while ago, but he's very disciplined with his approach, like on some like kung fu samurai
Wootay
type philosophical type thing. But for whatever reason, he's showing out now.
Yeah.
Something went off. A few games. I remember hearing him say something about I could have dropped 50
70.
and or
Oh,
70 or
sorry,
something
sorry.
like I
Yeah.
could have dropped something. I remember him saying that, and then ever since, here come these 50s. All of a sudden, something switched on him. Maybe his teammates pumped him up to do it. Like, hey man, stop being so damn humble. They're not giving you enough respect out here. You need to start
Hey.
demanding some respect out here. And they said, okay, let me drop some 50s on these guys to make sure I put my name on these, on these streets
MV
out here.
Shay, man. MVP, man.
Yeah, that's how I feel like what's going on over
So
there.
slick and so smooth. What about you, A-Rod? And Chet's back tomorrow night, by the way. Chet's back
Oh, yeah?
from his yeah, he's back with OKC tomorrow, so they're loaded up.
Chet.
Hmm?
Sure, Shayla Chet.
Hey.
Rest in peace, Sean Price.
Sheesh.
Hey, I think, you know what? It's great. I'm excited for Shay. He's definitely one of the most entertaining players to watch right now.
And he's fresh
Awesome.
too.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
So, hey, let's see what the next half of the season brings, man.
Yeah. I remember him wearing that Gretzky Canada jersey, man. I was like,
Yeah.
the old school Canada one where it like went down right here, Canada one. I was like, man, where do you even find that shit? But yeah. So tomorrow night, next up, we got OKC. I believe it's in town. I think it's here.
It's
Like,
over there, no?
is it there? Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, they're on the road. So.
Slaughter.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. Jalen Williams is healthy. Oh, Chet back and
Did
dropping
you see the
50.
amount of layups fucking John Morant had and GG Jackson and all these fucking guys, man? Like, oh man.
So who y'all think is going to be the Western Conference and Eastern Conference? Who do you think the Final Four is going to be?
No, let's do that right now. Let's go out on that. A-Rod, Final Four.
Boston, Cleveland,
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and
Man, them Knicks, bro. Them Knicks.
yeah, I just think the Knicks will run into Boston and it'll be a bit much. They'll probably be hampered by them too.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the Knicks. I will pull. For
Yeah, the Knicks are a
Boston,
problem.
but I just don't think it'll be that.
Wait, hold on. Before you go on the next, they traded Obi. Jericho. They traded one of the.
Sims.
Who'd they get for him? Or was it
Like
just
nothing.
picks? Okay.
It was
All right, so
some
you
picks.
got Boston, Cleveland.
And then this is gonna be hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go a little bit in left field, man. I'm just throw one. It's kind of fun. I'm just gonna have a little bit of fun with it. I'm gonna go Lakers, Denver.
Okay.
Okay. Lakers,
I
Denver.
sincerely don't think OKC is gonna be there. And my reasoning is just because when I watched them in that Cup game play against Milwaukee, it just showed me they still have a lot of time to become adults. They got manhandled in that game, and it was just such an experience versus children kind of picture that I don't think the playoffs are going to be kind to them. I think they need at least one more loss in there before they take that next step.
They said they need a little bit more pain.
Yeah, they need a little bit more pain. I don't think Shea's the one that needs the pain. I think it's more the other guys.
Yeah, the team.
I think they've had that pain, man. But I get what you're saying. Max P, who's your Final Four?
I'm going Knicks and Boston.
Knicks, Boston. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like the Knicks are gonna find a way. Those guys are scrappy, and they kind of like read you during the game too. You know what I'm saying?
The Knicks?
They don't. Yeah, the Knicks, like they don't just play their thing. They kind of read what you're doing and take advantage of your weaknesses. I like how they're like how Mayweather boxes, the counter punching.
Yeah.
I think the Knicks do a good job of counter punching. They're perfect for the playoffs.
Maybe Tom Thibodeau took some mushrooms and just figured it out.
And I see Tom Thibodeau giving these guys a little bit of time on the bench, not much, but
No, they're not, man. You say every player gets a game time decision because they'll run the fuck. Josh Hart is like,
his whole body's it's probably out of necessity. He's probably not doing it by choice. You know what I'm saying? But he is playing a little bit more bench players, you know. And then in the West, I'm gonna go with.
I know.
I'm gonna go left field like A-Rod. I'm gonna go Dallas, Minnesota.
Ooh, I like that.
That's what
I like that. Okay, I like that. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go crazy here. I'm gonna go just because I'm kind of feeling their vibe right now. I'm gonna go for the Eastern Conference. I'm going. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Pistons are just gonna sneak in. Pistons.
The Pistons.
Pistons. Yeah. Pistons.
That would be crazy.
Pistons. Cleveland. Man, they just had their battle the other night. So because Pistons all of a sudden it's just like, okay, they got tough. They figured it out, and
you think they can win playoff series and stuff?
My heart wants it to happen. So I would love to see that, just because they took the paper bags off their heads, now the fans, and now they're kind of creeping back in from Pontiac and Traverse City, Michigan, starting to wake up again, and they're starting to love their team again. So I got Pistons, and that's more like the Indiana pick from the other year. But Pistons and Cleveland, and for the West, I'm going Houston.
Ooh, my team.
Houston, OKC.
OKC. Wow, the young boys.
Yeah, exactly. I think it would be just wild, the changing of the guard, and then it's going to be OKC Cleveland final, and OKC's going to run through that pain. They're going to.
You think Shea's going to win the championship this year?
I do.
Wow.
I do. There's just a vibe about them, and that you can't buy that. You just find that. And,
I think he'll be the most popular player in the league if he wins the championship this year.
100%. 100%. Just fucking everybody. Stay single, young man. Stay single.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have a Derek Jeter type of hit list.
It's
you're gonna have fun, my dude. You're gonna be out here like Don Juan Bishop.
Oh man.
You're gonna be out here like Fillmore Slim and them.
The gold is for the honey, and the green is for the money. Man, oh man. All right. Is there anything else before we get out of here? You guys want to throw it there? No, that's it. All right, let's do this. So, anyways, boys, that was fun. So we'll get back at it. Raptors are hitting the road, and I'm sorry, New Orleans. We are, as we've said before, we love New Orleans, and we're sorry you took your man Brandon Ingram, but we will treat him well. We have good doctors here, and we're doing this for you. So here we go. That was another episode of the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor Podcast, and we are your hosts, Mr. L. Hoopo, A-Rod, and Max B. You better pay me, so hit subscribe, and thank you very much for tuning in every week. We always got a lot to say, and we always want to say it. So on this note, bye-bye, and let's go Raptors. Yeah. All right, boys.